JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, Super Lotto has created another millionaire. One lucky customer will be having a Merry Christmas indeed after Jamaica extended its Super Lotto winning streak with another jackpot winner. This marked the second customer to hit the multi-million-dollar jackpot in the space of a month. According to a release from Super Ventures on Tuesday, the lucky player, who bought a $200 ticket at Super Plus Food Store in Fort Potts, Clarendon, has won just over $144 million. The winning numbers were 6, 14, 22, 20, 31, and Super Bowl 7. The numbers were drawn on Friday, December 1. This jackpot win comes less than a month after the $342 million Super Lotto jackpot was won in Hanover in early November. This marks the third time this year that the Super Lotto has created a millionaire in Jamaica. In April, one player made history by winning the historic $503 million jackpot. To begin the process of collecting their jackpot, the winner must present the winning ticket with their signature fixed and a valid national ID at the Super Ventures flagship store located on the Twin Gates Plaza at 25 Constant Spring Road in St. Andrew within 90 days from the draw date. In addition to the Super Lotto wins, another lucky player from Hanover hit the $100 million Lotto jackpot in October with the winning numbers 8, 12, 13, 18, 19, and 26. That jackpot is still unclaimed. Man accused of triple murder gunned down in Montego Bay. A man who was charged in connection with a triple murder in Roehampton, St. James, on June 2, was shot and killed by unknown assailants on his way from the St. James Parish Court on Tuesday. He is 28-year-old Wesley Reed, otherwise called Shane. Reed was reportedly walking with his mother along Harbour Street in Montego Bay when he was shot. He ran, but died shortly after in the vicinity of the shooting. Reports suggest his mother was also shot. Her condition is not known. Reed was charged with 3 counts of murder, possession of a prohibited weapon, and using a firearm to commit a felony. The charges relate to the deaths of 38-year-old Conroy Lawrence, otherwise called Beanie, a warehouse attendant, 38-year-old Siobhan Gordon, otherwise called King Kong and Kong Terry, a Tyler, and 56-year-old Carlsley Morris, otherwise called Shutter, a taxi operator, all of Roehampton, St. James. Man killed, woman wounded, as gunmen and soldiers trade bullets in Kingston. A man was killed and a woman wounded during a reported gun battle between armed thugs and members of the Jamaica Defense Force in downtown Kingston on Monday. It's reported that a group of armed men attacked and shot a man along Lower Chancery Lane. The man later died of his injuries at the Kingston Public Hospital. According to information received, the attackers were on their way out of the area when they came in contact with members of the JDF along Haywood Street. This led to an exchange of gunfire. One man was shot and killed and a gun recovered. The other men escaped on foot. A female bystander was wounded in the shooting. A search has been launched for the gunmen. Pedal cyclist killed in Hanover gun attack. A man riding a bicycle along the Barbary Hill Main Road in Lucy, Hanover, was shot and killed by gunmen on Monday evening. The deceased has been identified as 29-year-old Kemoy Stevenson, otherwise called Ziggy, a laborer from Lincoln District in Monique, St. Anne, and Malcolm Heights in Hanover. Reports are that around 5:20 p.m., Stevens was riding a bicycle along the roadway when was spotted upon by several men armed with handguns. The men, police said, opened fire at him, hitting him in the upper body. The culprits then escaped on foot in the area. Residents rushed Stevenson to the Noel Holmes Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. The body was later removed to the morgue, pending a post-mortem examination. No motive has yet been established for the attack, the police said. Illegal guns seized in abandoned building, 2 men arrested. 2 men were arrested following the seizure of a loaded gun in an abandoned building along Wellington Street in Kingston on Monday. The Franklin Town Police report that around 9:30 p.m., a police military team carried out an operation in the area where premises was searched. They said the search ended with the recovery of a Glock 9mm pistol and a magazine containing 16 9mm rounds of ammunition in a transparent bag in the ceiling of the abandoned building. 2 men who were present were taken into custody. Their identities are being withheld pending further investigation. 2023 Teacher and Principal of the Year awarded Franklin Burrell, Department Head and Master Teacher of Chemistry at St. Andrew High School for Girls, is the LASCO Ministry of Education and Youth Jamaica Teaching Council Teacher of the Year. Burrell, who has been an educator for 25 years, was bestowed with the honor at an award ceremony held at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel on Tuesday. He shared that he is committed to creating a stimulating, inclusive, and challenging learning atmosphere that nurtures curiosity and develops lifelong learners. The Principal of the Year award went to Rayon Simpson of Belmont Academy, while Eileen Cole-Bailey of Manning School received top honors in the category Technical and Vocational Education and Training (TVET). Along with their trophies, the awardees received a cash prize of $100,000, an LASCO Gold card courtesy of LASCO Money, and a variety of gift baskets. They will also receive an all-expense-paid opportunity to attend the 2024 Association for Supervision and Curriculum Development Conference in Washington, D.C. from March 22 to 25. The award ceremony has been a tradition for over 2 decades. It is aimed at recognizing the remarkable contributions of educators to the Jamaican education system and their exemplary impact on the school community. 3 suspects held in Westmoreland robbery rampage. 3 persons who are strongly believed to be linked to a syndicate of criminals responsible for a recent spate of robberies and murders in Westmoreland are now in custody. Last Friday, as business owners, staff and customers covered with fear for their lives following the string of robberies, shootings, and a murder in the business districts of Grange Hill, Little London, and Negril, a police dragnet caught the suspects in Little London. We were able to intercept 3 motor vehicles. Those persons are still in custody as part of the investigation into the spate of incidents that have been taking place, said Deputy Superintendent of Police Adrian Hamilton, who heads the operations portfolio in the Westmoreland Police Division. Hamilton, who is also doubling up as acting commander of the police division, gave the update during a meeting with members of the business community at the Negril Treehouse late Sunday to allay fears and strategize workable solutions to chaos. Those persons have addresses in Montego Bay, and we understand that they were in the space scouting it out, the senior police officer said. The call came into us saying these were suspicious vehicles and men who went to an establishment, apparently attempting to scout it out as part of the whole robbery spree. Hamilton noted that last Thursday, another set of criminals attempted to rob another supermarket in Little London and eluded a police military patrol team in the Spring Gardens area of Negril. While he did not divulge much, the acting police commander said the criminal syndicate causing the mayhem in the parish has forged a bond with crooks from other police divisions. There are criminals within the space, both in Grangeville and elsewhere, and there are some who we believe are from afar. There are criminals within the space, both in Grangeville and elsewhere, and there are some who we believe are from as far as St. Elizabeth, Hamilton stated. We're seeing where these young men, motivated by greed and heartlessness, are going around to commit these robberies and murders within the space, Hamilton observed, noting that the police are working to restore calm. They have also beefed up the personnel within Zone 4, which covers the Negril and Little London police areas. Hamilton noted that while most of the robberies are occurring in Grange Hill, Little London, and Negril, 8 of the 10 district stations in the division are being inundated with these kinds of activities. Shanika's killer was on bail. Mario Morrison was convicted for the murder of 15-year-old Shena Gray, was on bail for another murder committed with a knife at the time of her death in 2017. He was granted bail in October 2016, 3 months before the schoolgirl was murdered. The other murder charge still hangs over his head as the case is still before the court. Those were some of the details that emerged on Monday as the murder trial for Morrison's co-accused, Gregory Roberts, continued. Throughout the day, defense attorney Leroy Equiano sought to establish the role Morrison played in the teenager's demise. Last week, Morrison testified that he, at Roberts' request, recorded Roberts stabbing Shena to death. He passed the phone to me and said, "Dog, video this to me. I may have video now. Him have a knife and him start to stab her. She start crying a ball out. Even I said, Lord, this is what you're going to do to your daughter?" Morrison testified. On Monday, During cross-examination, Equiano asked Morrison, "Did you have a knife that night?" Morrison answered, "No." "Did you threaten the girl or give any orders?" the attorney asked. Again, Morrison replied, "No." "Did you stab the girl?" the attorney pursued. "No, I did not stab her. The only thing I did was to hold the phone," Morrison replied. "The only thing he admitted to was that he had sex with the girl and that you did not force her. Is that correct, sir?" the attorney asked Morrison, who replied in the affirmative. "Did you participate in any killing?" Equiano inquired once more, but Morrison flatly said no. When asked again if he had sex with the teenage girl against her will, Morrison said no. By law, he is guilty of murder because of his actions at the scene. The revelation that Morrison was on bail at the time of Shanika's murder will no doubt fuel long-running concerns. The revelation that Morrison was on bail at the time of Shanika's murder will no doubt fuel long-running concerns that individuals on murder or gun charges typically commit other offenses while they are on bail. For the June 2022 opening of the Easter term session of the Westmoreland Circuit Court, 17 of the individuals before the court were on bail for murder. They were among 32 people charged with serious offenses that were committed while they were on bail, Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey said at the time. Bailey had been providing data in a pushback against defense lawyers who took issue with the claim that a large number of individuals on bail were re-offending. The government, pummeled by urgings to get a handle on crime, had also pointed to the need to tighten the legislation. However, Minister of Constitutional Affairs Marlene Malahou Fort came in criticism last June when she signaled changes to the Bail Act that would see individuals charged with murder and gun-related charges denied bail. An amended Bail Act was passed on July 25, 2023, 4 years after Gray's death. Jamaicans murdered in Queens identified. New details regarding the stabbing deaths of a Jamaican family of 4 in Queens, New York are emerging as the police dig deeper into their investigation. The victims have been identified as Richmond Davis, who is believed to be in his 30s, his wife, Susie Taylor Davis, 44, and 12-year-old Eugene Davis and 11-year-old Michaela. Christine Watson, 61, the aunt of the killer, remains in hospital battling stab wounds. The bodies of the husband, wife, and 12-year-old were discovered in a back room of the house on Beach 22 Street in Far Rockaway, Queens. The 11-year-old girl was discovered on the lawn of the property with stab wounds from which she died on arrival at hospital. Reports further indicate that the son-in-law recently arrived in the United States from Jamaica. A teenage daughter of Watson broke a window and escaped the carnage and called 911, saying that her cousin was killing her family members. Courtney Gordon, 38, who is said to be the nephew of Watson, was fatally shot by the police, who responded to the 911 call. He was shot after slashing one policeman and stabbing another. Both police officers, who had non-life-threatening injuries, were treated at hospital and released Sunday night. Police reports are that one of the responding officers, who suffered knife wounds, managed to pull his fireman shot and killed Gordon, was at the time leaving the house with a suitcase and attacked the officers who stopped him for questioning. Reports further stated that the other police officers who responded to the scene were unable to enter the home as a fire was set to a couch in the living room. The fire department responded and put out the blaze. On entering the home, police found the 12-year-old Taylor and her husband all stabbed to death. Watson was taken to hospital with multiple stab wounds and is listed in critical condition. Reports said that Gordon was the perpetrator, had previously been charged with domestic violence in the Bronx. The stabbings by Gordon followed the recent stabbing killings by another Jamaican, also in Queens, who stabbed 3 people to death in the house that he owned. The Jamaican landlord, 54-year-old David Daniel, has been charged with 3 counts of murder, and he told law enforcement at the time of his arrest that he just snapped. Daniel, while migrated from Kingston to the United States, walked into the 113th Police Precinct in Queens 2 Tuesdays ago and told officers that he had done something bad. When officers went to the house he owned in St. Albans, Queens, they discovered 3 people, 2 women and a man, dead from stab wounds. They were identified as 51-year-old Colleen Fields, 55-year-old Yvette Sweeney, and 57-year-old Wayne Thomas. Daniel has been arraigned on 3 counts of first-degree murder, 3 counts of second-degree murder, and criminal possession of a property. Information pieced together by the police suggests that Thomas and Sweeney were not paying rent, despite an arrangement made that they would resume their rent payment following the COVID-19 pandemic, during which time rent was not paid by them to Daniel. Reports are that Daniel and his girlfriend were at loggerheads because of his inability to collect rent from the tenants and that there were ongoing disputes between them. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.